We have made it. We are in the top 10 of Disney classic movies. There are 10 really good movies here. You might see one here that I'm wearing that is on this list. We have some classics, we have some new ones, but they are the best 10 movies in Disney classics that we believe. And there's a lot of reasons why, and we're going to explain it. But it's been a long list from 61 down. I do know that in November, the next Disney classic movie is coming out, which is Wish. So we're going to be really looking forward to seeing that in the theaters, and we'll probably do a review on it and tell you kind of where it ranks in the top 62 at that point in time. But for now, let's go ahead and get to these top 10 and see how they break down. Coming in at number 10, Aladdin. This is why we ranked it as number 10. All right, Aladdin is just one of those classic movies where it tells the story of Aladdin, which had been done before. But the Disney take on it is amazing. The genie is what makes this movie. Robin Williams in this role just set it apart from all others. He's hilarious, he's endearing, and he is the driving force behind Aladdin. Coming, out of being this moniker of, hey, I'm a thief, I'm poor, I have to just get by with my trusty monkey sidekick. And the genie helps him, kind of realize the kind of person that he is. It's not about being a prince. It's not about being rich and having power. It's about who you are inside, and that's what attracted Jasmine to Aladdin in the first place. She saw who he was for who he was, and she was just done with all these pompous suitors and all of that stuff. And just the songs alone in this one are super catchy. Friend Like Me with the genie and Robin Williams singing it is great. And then who could ever forget the dum da da dum da da dum bum bum of the Prince Ali? That is a fantastic just music. You hear that and it gets stuck in your head. You want to sing along with it. You want to dance along with it. The live action version was really great. The Sultan's kind of funny. But Jafar and Iago as the villains are great because Iago's hilarious. Gilbert Gottfried just has that voice, and putting that in like a little swarthy parrot is great. Jafar is evil. He is your atypical warlock who wants nothing but power, and the fact that Aladdin was able to outsmart this wicked warlock just because of a little conversation he had with the genie talking about phenomenal cosmic power and itty-bitty little space. I just love that. It shows that good can conquer evil. No matter how low you think you are, you can still strive to be better. Aladdin is just one of those movies, and that's why it made our top 10, because it's awesome. Coming in at number 9, Sleeping Beauty. This is why we ranked it number 9. You might be saying, Sleeping Beauty over Snow White and Cinderella? Why? Well, I can tell you why. There's one specific main reason why. That would be the villain, Maleficent. Maleficent was amazing. Now, don't get me wrong. Snow White had the evil queen. She was pretty evil. Cinderella had the evil stepmother. I mean, she wasn't horribly bad. Maleficent is this conjuring witch that basically dooms a baby to death one day just because she was evil. Now, we've seen the live-action take of Maleficent. I like that version. That's pretty awesome, and it paints her in a different light, which is really endearing. But this is solely based upon this actual movie. You don't get a lot of Aurora speaking in this movie, so the movie, is about Sleeping Beauty, but it's a lot about the three fairies taking care of her, not being the smartest or the sharpest tool in the shed, as it were. Seeing Prince Philip, seeing how Aurora works with all the animals, and she's just bright and caring and beautiful, and she's got a fantastic voice. But Sleeping Beauty is just one of those tales that you can't help but, root for the, the bad guy. I mean, come on, Maleficent can turn into a dragon. For those of you diehards will go, well, there's another villain that can turn into a dragon too. That's from Sword in the Stone, Madam Mim, but if you'll recall, that is a comical dragon that is kind of, a little bit tongue-in-cheek there, but Maleficent is actually a fire-breathing, scary dragon. She has all those brambles come up. I mean, she does everything in her power to stop Prince Philip from getting to Aurora to give true love's kiss. And she does a fantastic job, but hopefully this movie shows everybody that, true love does conquer all. You don't always need to have a knight in shining armor come to your rescue every day. Your knight in shining armor might be your friends. It could be your family members. It could be just a random coworker that, says the right thing at the right time to you on a given day. So let this be kind of what it is. This movie gives you hope in dark times when you have that dragon breathing down your neck and you think, oh man, it can't get much worse than this. Remember, there is always a bright shining star that can peek through and kind of help get you through your day. Because, in the darkest of times, all it takes is one little match to brighten an entire room. And Sleeping Beauty is just one of those tales that will last forever because it's great. Coming in at number 8, The Jungle Book. This is why we ranked it number 8. Jungle Book is my kids' absolute favorite movie. When they were little, they had all the stuffed animals. They had Bagheera and Baloo and Shere Khan and Colonel Hati and Mowgli. And they just love this film. It has everything to do with animals. The music is great. The story of The Jungle Book is just fantastic. A little orphan raised by wolves in the jungle, grows up, loves the jungle. And the tiger, Shere Khan, says, not in my jungle, you get the heck out of my jungle, I'm going to come after you. And it's about Bagheera trying to get him to the man village so they can protect him. But as come to be found, you rely on your friends. You rely on Baloo and Bagheera, and you rely on intuition. And Mowgli tying the fire to Shere Khan's tail to scare him off was fantastic. But what makes this movie great? It's the songs. The songs are what makes this movie great. You have the Elephant March with Colonel Hati. That one, you hear that for a while and it gets stuck in your head. Nothing more classic than the Bare Necessities, especially with Phil Harris's voice, when he just breaks into look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. I mean, it's great. And you gotta love King Louie. I mean, come on. A-bop-a-deep-doop-doo-doo-doo. Well, I'm the king of the swingers, oh, the jungle VIP. I mean, King Louie's amazing. That part is so fun. I love in the live action where that was Christopher Walken, because his voice is just amazing. And the fact that they said, you know what? King Louie, Christopher Walken, yeah, that makes sense. But Jungle Book's just fun. Getting to see, a small child's view of the jungle and how, if any of us were thrown out in the jungle, it would probably be terrifying. Like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And for this little boy, since he's grown up with the wolf pack, hey, this is my home. This is where I belong. I don't belong in the man village. And then come to find out at the end, it's hilarious. He sees a little girl from the man village and he's like, wait, hold up. What? What did I just see? What is that over there? And Baloo's like, oh man, they done it to him. And Bagheera's just like, well, it is what it is. He's a man cub. That little girl has got her hooks in him already. And for any of you that actually saw Jungle Book 2, nothing to write home about, but you kind of get to see the spunk of that little girl. And then I think there's like this little kid. I don't think it was her brother or something, but it's just like a little village child. And they go on another little epic adventure. Might be worth a look, but the original Jungle Book is fantastic. Baloo is probably one of the best buddies ever. Taught us all how to, enjoy the finer things in life by just relaxing and just resting a while, because as busy as the days can go by, as crazy as our lives can feel at any given time, if we just step back relax, and don't act like that ant over there, but just go with the flow of things. Sometimes all you need in life is the bare necessities, and that'll just get you by. I experienced some of that when we were on the cruise, just sitting there on a hammock looking up at a palm tree, swaying in the breeze, having the sun on me, and just having a bare necessities kind of day. Coming in at number 7, The Little Mermaid. This is why we ranked it number 7. Little Mermaid is one of Mare's favorites. She just loves the story, loves the music. The music is what puts Little Mermaid over. The songs are memorable. Sebastian the Crab is awesome. Singing Under the Sea, I just love that one. But with Ariel singing A Part of Your World, and just, you know, having to deal with Ursula. Ursula the Sea Witch is amazing. Her song is great with Poor Unfortunate Soul. That one will just bebop you all the way through. Eric's the likable prince, but this story is about Ariel. Ariel and wanting something more, wanting what is forbidden, and wondering what it's all about. And then when she realizes just how amazing what she had wanted is, fighting for it with all of her might. And the best thing about this, too, is when King Triton, who's been fighting all of his life because the humans are horrible and trying to protect his daughter and his children from the horribleness that is humans, coming to realize that, they're not as bad as he thought, and he would much rather have the joy of his daughter over his own personal well-being. And the line he says at the end where he goes, I'm really gonna miss that girl, and he allows her to be human so she can be married and enjoy it. It shows what a parent would do for a child. Love this story, every part of it. Flounder's great, Scuttle's great, but this is all about the Little Mermaid, the music, and Ursula is just great as a villain in this.
I wouldn't miss it.
Coming in at number 6, The Lion King. This is why we ranked it number 6. And with Lion King, we get the tale of Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. I'm just kidding. James Earl Jones is the voice of Mufasa, also Darth Vader, and no one could do it better. He was perfect. He has that voice that just carries on, and it is regal, and you just believe that he is this lion that is, watching over the Pride Lands, and the fact that he's raising his son to do it. And Simba is spunky, as most sons are. You try to guide your son to do the right thing, and your son's like, well, I want to explore, I want to do this, and it doesn't help that an evil uncle that feels betrayed by his brother and wants to overthrow him is kind of pulling the strings and sets up Mufasa's death. I mean, how many of you cried out there, honestly, when Mufasa fell and you're like, no! Couldn't believe his brother did that to him. That's Cain and Abel stuff right there. That's not good. I know this is also Shakespearean there with the death of Mufasa, but it's just... that was a big shocker. It's also ironic, though, right before that death scene, you have Simba basically saying, I can't wait to be king. And then, well, hey, guess what? Now you are. And you got to run away because Scar was just evil. Scar having that plan, having his minions with the hyenas, and sending Simba away to die was just awful. But you got to love Timon and Pumbaa. Timon and Pumbaa brought Simba up from his worst point. Allowed him to just go, you know what, don't worry about it, have fun. And they helped him get past that barrier. But ultimately, it was his destiny. He had to be the Lion King. And I'm glad that the wise Rafiki could see what he saw in that berry juice, and he realized that the Lion King has returned. And when Simba got to look up in the clouds and see Mufasa and said, remember who you are, Simba. You must return. And Simba got back to Pride Rock and reclaimed his throne. We all cheered because that music was just awesome, and this movie was just epic. All right, we're in the top 5 now. Coming in at number 5, Frozen. This is why we ranked it number 5. Now we are on to my wife's favorite movie. She absolutely loves Frozen because the music is amazing. I mean, you have sisters that are, you know, there for each other. You don't necessarily need to have a king because Hans is a jerk. Hans is like the biggest jerk in history, being 13th in line, and he wants to go ahead and find a way to jump that line. I mean, that guy's a jerk. Using Anna. Anna is the sweetest, most wonderful human being, always looking at the bright side of life. Loving chocolate, being a bit gassy. I mean, that's the kind of woman that, you know, I hope my children marry someday because she's spunky, man. Yeah, she's spunky, she's fun, she's awesome. I'm so glad that she found Kristoff because Kristoff is the kind of guy that, you know, ladies should be looking for. He's not the most popular. He might be a bit stinky. He might only pee out in the woods. But you know what? He's good at heart, and that's really what matters. Olaf is my personal favorite character. I love Olaf. I love how he is always looking at the bright side of life, how he has random knowledge, because I feel I do too. Like, did you know that turtles breathe through their butts? I mean, come on, Olaf is great. And the music is terrific. I mean, the fact that a snowman has no idea what snow does in summer, that's hilarious. Let It Go is just a tour de force, beautiful song that if you hear that going on, everyone wants to belt it. I'm not going to even try it because I can't hit high notes well. I'm more of a deeper, lower tone. But that is one where children, women, men who can hit high notes alike enjoy that song. And I can tell you that my wife and I have on many occasions sung Love is an Open Door, trying to hit the parts together. And that's a fun couple song. But all the songs in this thing are just terrific. Do you want to build a snowman? The story of their parents, you know, dying and they're having to grow up, but Elsa feels that she's hurt her sister. This is just a great story of love and letting love conquer fear, and it's just beautifully done.
Oh, that feels better.
Coming in at number 4, Moana. This is why we ranked it number 4. Moana came out of left field for me. This was just like, wow. We went and saw this in the theater. The music hits you right away. Just talking about island life and, you know, hey, we don't go past the reef because everything you need is right here on this island. The story was beautiful. How Maui stole the heart of Tafiti, and from that point there is a darkness, a great evil, Taka, has come and is poisoning the oceans, and the people that journeyed far and wide were no longer to be seen. I love this. I love how Moana was the chosen one from the ocean. The ocean said, "You are the chosen one," and her grandmother saw what was in her, and her grandmother was considered the crazy lady, but she knew what was in Moana's heart. She knew that she had a passion for the ocean, and she allowed her to follow her dreams, always being there and saying the right thing when you need to say it. You know, you can lead the horse to water, but they've got to drink themselves. Grandma was awesome. Moana was strong. She was very courageous. She dealt with Maui, even though Maui was definitely into himself, you know, with that beautiful hair and bod. But the songs are amazing. Tamatoa was great because my kids love singing that shiny song. I love the twist that Taka is Tafiti because, you know, you stole her heart and this is what happens. You take someone's heart, you're going to make him into a horrible, angry beast. Love the actors that played the roles. They were just perfect. You're Welcome is probably the song that we sing most in this family because my boys just love it and they love when I sing it. And, you know, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson did a terrific job as Maui. I don't think anybody else could have done that role as well as him. But this is just a great story about finding out who you are truly and, you know, breaking past all barriers to become what it is that you are meant to come. You know, follow your passion and enjoy. This movie is just one of those that make you go, woohoo! Coming in at number 3, Beauty and the Beast. This is why we ranked it number 3. All right, we've got Enchanted Castle We've got enchanted furniture, which used to be people. We've got a humongous, hideous beast. We've got a beautiful woman that's gonna be a princess when she marries the beast. We've got her father who, you know, gets stuck out there just trying to run away from wolves. And you've got one of my personal favorite villains in Gaston, because he's so arrogant and such a schmuck. I mean, he thinks everyone in their wildest dreams just wants him to be, you know, the husband and have all the little children. But his song about using antlers in all of his decorating, and I love that song. I can sing it all day. But this is just a great movie. This is your quintessential prince movie. The prince was horrible. He was punished, and he has to change his ways. And if he changes his ways, good things happen. But it took Belle to bring that out of him. It took him falling in love to understand that, you know, you didn't have to be horrible. Even though all of the chips are down and everything looks like it's against you, good things can still happen. And I love how at the end she realizes she loves him right as he's dying, and he loved her, and that's what saved him, and that's what saved all of them. And Gaston got his comeuppance. I do think that the song that he sings with the villagers is probably one of the coolest songs, because that one just gets you up and going. You know, when my boys want to do football, they're like, all right, let's do the song. Let's take some action, boys. It's time to follow me. Beauty and the Beast is one that we can watch again and again. Coming in at number 2, The Princess and the Frog. This is why we ranked it number 2. The Princess and the Frog is how you take an old classic tale and you make it new and you make it fresh and you just do it right. They put it in New Orleans. They had Tiana, and Tiana was the perfect princess for this. She was a daughter of a hardworking man. She is hardworking herself, and she is busting her butt to make sure that she gets that dream that her dad wanted and she wanted. And it just shows you that, you know, working hard is the way to go, because Prince Naveen trying to get by on life and, oh, let me go talk to the voodoo man and have all my dreams come true. That's not how it happens. You know, some people are lucky out there, but most are going to go by the way of hard work. And love this story. I love Dr. Facilier, because he is a wicked man, but he's groovy. I love his song where he's got friends on the other side. That one is so catchy. Mama Odie with her song is fantastic. I love Ray. Ray and his song is amazing. Tiana's song is amazing. Louis and his trumpet is just everything about this movie is amazing. The scenes, the way you feel, the music. I cannot wait to have Splash Mountain turned into Tiana's Bayou Adventure, because I want to hear those songs. I want to feel New Orleans. In Disneyland, my favorite area is New Orleans Square, and this movie just exudes New Orleans, and it just shows you that Disney can do things really right with an old tale, making it fresh. Princess and the Frog is just one of those beautiful movies, and that's why it is number 2.
That's new.
And that means, if you've been keeping tally, number 1, Encanto. This is why we ranked it number 1. I know, Encanto, number 1, are you kidding me? No, it was amazing. It came out of left field. It was a Disney Plus release. No one really thought it was going to be amazing, but it was. It is not your atypical Disney movie. It does not have your atypical villain. The villain in this case is the grandmother, who really isn't a villain. It's just her ideology of the powers are what's the most important thing instead of the actual children. And the fact that Mirabelle doesn't have a power and she's like kind of pushing Mirabelle aside like she doesn't matter, that is what the villain is. Looking past the things that are important, because she, at the very beginning, was trying to save her children from a horrible thing that happened to her husband, and she got blessed with the magical candle. And the fact that this movie is about family, this is about, you know, having special powers inside of you. Every single one of us has a special power. It might not be like Louisa with super strength or Isabella with beauty, but we all have our own special power that makes us unique. And when we can find what that is, and we can, hone that in and be the best that we can, look to your family. Your family can guide you. And Mirabelle was the guiding force of that family. She helped her one sister understand that, she doesn't need to take the world on her own. She helped her other sister understand that you don't have to always be perfect. She helped Bruno. Yep, we're going to talk about Bruno. She helped him realize that, he doesn't have to be shunned and set away. The music is incredible in this thing. I can't tell you how many times me and the family try to hit all the parts that we don't talk about Bruno. And with 4 of us, it's kind of impossible because, you need 8. But Encanto is just the way you do a movie from beginning to end. Music, beautiful visuals, wonderful story about family. There's a few times I cried, but this movie is just the best Disney classic film of all time, period. That'll do it. That is ranking all 61 Disney classic videos from 61 to 1. What did you think? Did you think a lot of them were valid? Did you think that we're a little bit crazy? Hey, our family's a little bit crazy, but that's just what we love. From the classics like Aladdin and Little Mermaid, and Beauty and the Beast, and Lion King, including The Jungle Book, all the way up to the newer ones like Princess and the Frog and Encanto. These are movies that we just love. Love the music. Love the heroes, love the villains. The stories just, touched us in ways where we were either crying or laughing. It was just, overall, that's the way a Disney movie should be. And some people like DreamWorks, some people like different parts of Universal. We're a Disney family, have been for a very long time, ever since, I grew up and loved going to the theme parks as a kid in California. And then married my wife, and we went ahead and went on a honeymoon to Disneyland. And just the magical aspect of the Disneyland hotel kind of sucked us in, and from that point forward, we were hooked. So we just loved it. Hopefully you enjoyed the series. If there's any other series that you would like us to see or anything that you'd like us to do as, the YouTubers, we can definitely do that for you as long as it's not too much out of our wheelhouse. We'll try our best. But by all means, go ahead and leave a comment. Let us know what you thought. As far as we're concerned, Ben Mayer done that. See you next time. Bye.